Hey, what's everybody? I just got out of seeing Star Wars for the second time, and I want to do a video review of it. Um, this movie is incredible. Like, it's really, really, really good. I mean, like, top 5 movies I've ever seen good. Like, better than the original Star Wars good. Um, I definitely wanted to come on here and do a review really quick to explain, like, why I liked it so much. Like, first of all, this movie delivers on every aspect of like a good movie you could imagine, like the CGI, like the storyline, the cinematography, the acting, which is incredible, the diversity of the cast, the originality of the movie. I mean, that's the whole problem with, like, I think where Star Wars has gotten lost over the years is that we were seeing a lot of the same thing over and over. And like that's why I think over the years, like, kind of as a fan, I got lost. Like, they lost me as a fan. And so I was really disappointed in the last movie, The Force Awakens, because I was expecting to see something new finally, and I got a lot of the same thing, like, you know, the same characters and you know, a lot of the same storyline, and this was completely different. In like the 80s and 90s, I know the movie was made in the 70s, but in the 80s and 90s, when everybody was like binge watching these on VHS, we fell in love with like the world that Star Wars created. And I think, like, watching those movies, man, like 100 times, countless times as a kid, you really, like, you fall into that world. Like, you escape into it. And so over the years, they made like video games and toys, and like the whole Star Wars like toy community popped off. And, you know, I have like even friends on Facebook that are part of like the, you know, the where they dress up and go to events and stuff like that. And all of that is people that basically have tried to chase like the Star Wars realm, to like find it again, like that same feeling that they had when they were a kid and watching those movies. And like, actually, it's kind of funny because it reminds me of, if you've ever seen like a YouTube video of this guy who was a WWE fan, and he's like bawling, and he's like, "It's real to me, damn it, it's still real to me," and like, it's really funny. But it's kind of like that. Like, as a Star Wars nerd, like, it meant something to us. Like, that world was something, you know? And over the years, they never were able to really recreate it for me. Like, the episode 1, 2, and 3, like, they focus so much on like the tackiness of like the Jedis, and like all like kind of the taboo, like the really cliche like idea of Star Wars. Like, the original characters always like kind of came back and were being brought up and talked about. But as a Star Wars fan, I think like the world and the idea and the feel of the original movies was far more important than the actual characters. But like, people just over the years lost that. So with this movie, they actually recreated, by dumping all the old characters and like starting with these like fresh new characters, but still the same realm. It was amazing. Like, I mean, a brilliant movie, absolutely brilliant, really well done. There was 3 or 4 huge parts in the movie where like you're almost crying, literally. Like, you can't, like regardless if you like Star Wars or not, this movie has phenomenal acting, and it's just a phenomenal storyline. I think the biggest thing that this movie did for me, not only which was amazing because it delivered like as a Star Wars fan for me, but it gives me actual hope, like a new hope. It gives me hope for like any other sequels of any other type of like genre of movie or anything that you've ever liked in your life. Because like, usually sequels either suck or like, you know, reloads suck, or when they redo stuff like years later, they can never get it, which, like I said, I really don't ever feel like Star Wars ever got it in the past, like the exact feel. Like, I know they're coming out with Big Trouble in Little China with The Rock soon, and it's like terrifying me because that's like my favorite movie and they're gonna ruin it. But this, actually, they did it. Like, they made a movie that had the exact feel and delivered like the feel that you wanted from the original Star Wars, but they made it even better. Like, I can't understand how they did that. So yeah, this gives me hope that like it's something that you could do with other types of movies. You just have to get comfortable with the idea of like dumping maybe the original characters and holding on to, like, you know, like when they, in the Force Awakens, when they're constantly like playing on like Han Solo and like all this shit related to the original like characters, it's just like draggy and kind of annoying and tacky, and you lose touch of like what really Star Wars is all about, which is like the realm and the universe like that you can kind of delve into and like kind of hide in as like a kid or like just as a viewer watching it. It's a really good science fiction story. Like the way that they actually did the original stories, like as a sci-fi fan, was amazing. And so, I don't know, I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know, if you get a chance, you really should go see this movie. Whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, it's a friggin' awesome movie. And yeah, that's it. Anyways, everybody have a good one. See ya.